All right, so crazy stuff. When I'm telling you, I know that I'm like weird and crazy in my head. I know that. But then when I say things out loud to y'all, like I realize how nuts I am. Okay, so this is a channel that I saved a year ago, maybe. I've heard probably about the first 30 seconds of this song, and it's awesome. And really it was the guitar playing is great. But the layout of the tab on screen, I was like, how do you do that? And I never did figure out how he did it. I ended up buying some different software and making something like that work. And I did a couple of videos like that, but I'm not sure how much, people cared. So it took a lot of time to prepare. So I kind of stopped. A quick little intro on me and Frank Sinatra before we check out the song. So we got time. The song is like 2 minutes long. Okay. How I got into Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and the Rat Pack and all that stuff is it's actually ridiculous. I was a dare say professional poker player online way back, like 10 years ago, longer. And I was a 6 tabler, 8 tabler, limit hold'em was my specialty. So I'd be playing 6 tables, 7 tables, 8, not 8 a lot, but 6 all the time. So you're doing like 400 hands an hour. And I was looking for music in the background, right? And so if I put on pop music, it would be too fast. I'd be too distracted. And if I tried classical music or just like regular jazz, it pulled my energy down too low. I think classical is good to study to, but to play poker to, it wasn't that good. So it's like hunting for stuff. And I started finding these Frank Sinatra songs and making a playlist, and they were perfect. And so I ended up with this giant playlist, hours and hours of Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., and yeah. And so I was listening to hours and hours of these guys like every day. It's kind of nuts how things work. Anyways, let's hear the song. I know it's going to be good because I remember hearing the first 30 seconds and thinking it was a really good job. If anyone knows how he has this on the screen and highlighted, let me know. I used a completely different program and got like a similar result, but just, and of course his playing is really nice. Very nice. Okay, so oftentimes I want to actually like talk about a guitar technique. My classical is the only one nearby. And so the most dominant technique he's using in here is the percussion. Obviously the finger picking, but the percussion is all the time. And in case you've had a hard time, as I've had a lot of students who are like, how the hell do you do the right? Where did it go? All right, this is the first time my chords ever come out. Let's hope that still works. Let me put this in my pocket. We'll find out after all this if this works. So let's say we're going like, you take some simple arrangement. And you want to put like a little in it, so you get. And how does that work? How it works is you don't you don't smack the guitar. What you do is you take your hand really the way you normally play. So right now, what does my hand look like? It looks kind of like this. Almost like there's an imaginary tennis ball in my hand. And what you do is when you after you pluck the notes, thumb, fingers, you take your hand in almost the exact same position and you just rotate your wrist a little bit and you hit the strings. And I'm hitting it with the top of my knuckles and the bottom of my palm here together. I'm not really aiming for any specific spot. I'm just trying to keep my hand in a position where I can still play. So right after I hit the notes, I can hit again. And then it doesn't matter what you play because you can do it all the time. Right? And I do recommend mute your strings and do it without any chords. My 2 cents. Oh, and if you have open strings ringing that you need to keep ringing while you smack the guitar, then instead of using your whole hand, you take just your thumb and you smack a bass string, like string 6 or string 5. That way you let these strings 4, 3, 2, and 1 keep ringing. Oh, okay, so it was only 1 minute and 30 seconds long, but I still had fun because I love the song. I think it's like super dope. I've already talked too much, and I think my mic pack broke. I don't know. Well, not broke. I mean, the numbers are working. What do I know? I'm out of here.